Do you know that guy?
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Jed's here in Bridport, Vermont. I am on the trusty and tried and true 1998 Suzuki Bandit 1200. This is a 98 Bandit 1200S. It's got an 1157 oil air-cooled motor derived from the Suzuki GSX-R 1100. Unlike the 1100, this one is bored over to 1157 cc's. I've personally added GSX-R 750 cams. That kind of just gives it a little more top end. These things tend to flatten out around 9 grand. This one likes to pull right to red line. I shift around 9.5. It has the Suzuki air cooling system, SAX, which is kind of just the design of how they have all the main oil go through this cooler to cool it down. Really was designed for racing back in the day, and it's really what got Suzuki on the podium. Let's go for a spin. Like the GSX-R 1100, the Bandit has a 5-speed transmission. It's also fast as shit. This bike is currently at 88,780 miles. So this bike was a pretty cool bike for back in the day. It came out in '96, I believe, and at the time there was a little race war occurring between Suzuki, Yamaha, and Honda, and Kawasaki. And there were some big hitters at the time. Kawasaki had the ZRX-1100, which is just an absolutely gorgeous and timeless machine. And Suzuki kind of rebutted with that with the Suzuki Bandit 1200. When it came out, it was really nothing quite like it. Suzuki just, had, instead like what Kawasaki used, the ZRX motor, which is a derivative of the Ninja motor. Kawasaki, Suzuki, which won a bunch of championships with its GSX-R 1100, the oil-cooled one, decided to put that power plant into a standard bike, and it really rests its history. It was a very successful model, very fast, 0 to 60 in the low 3-second range. This is all stock, and a quarter-mile time in the high 10 seconds, which is remarkably fast for a stock motorcycle. And like most Suzukis at that time, they came wickedly undertuned, and a lot of times it was rated for 90 horsepower, but you would throw one of these stock and it would still spin the drum over 100 horse. Very easy to get about 130 horsepower out of this machine. This current setup, I've got the ignition advancer on it. I've got the GSX-R 750 cams on it. I have a D&D exhaust on it. But I don't have the air filters, the pod filters, which is really where the power is made on these slingshot carburetors. And these carburetors were designed for the GSX-R. So they're very easy to tune to get a lot of power. A lot of folks would be able to hit 9-10 second quarter miles consistently, like guys like you and me, on a Bandit with relatively minor tuning and no engine work. The Suzuki, Scooter Bro. I waved to Scooter Bro. I waved to the Scooter Bro. It takes 74, because there's probably not a lot of people on it. But yeah, so I've had the bike, I bought the bike with 20,000 miles. I sold the bike with 84,000 miles. Actually, I sold it before with like 60,000, and I reacquired it, and then I sold it again, and then I bought it again. And when I finally got my hands on it, it was in real rough shape. It was a mercy buy, because I was like, I really wanted another standard Japanese bike. I just love the inline 4-cylinder. I got a secret love for them. I really like the twin of my Triumph, but this is where it is, baby. This is probably one of my all-time favorite motorcycles. And anyways, when I found the motorcycle, it was in really, really rough shape. She was not running good, needed everything basically. So I went through, I did brake lines, I did wheel bearings, I did fork seals, I added fork boots just to kind of preserve the fork seal investment. Did oil change, of course that's just to do. I did the valve clearances again, checked the valves. It's a lock nut adjustment style valve train, which unfortunately means that you're usually getting some tight valves every now and then. No big deal. And then it's got, I did the brakes, and it's got 4-pot Nissan front brakes. These brakes are actually better than are on my Triumph. Oh man, that's quick. 43 millimeter standard forks. The thing about this bike is that there is a good amount of flex in the forks because they're standard. Even though these are GSX-R spec back in 1988 or whatever, they don't really quite meet standard nowadays. But it handles very well. I put brand new tires on, of course. Wheel bearings, front wheel bearings, rear wheel bearings. I've posted some pictures of bad wheel bearings. Rear master cylinder, rear brake master, or rear caliper needed replacement. I mean, it needed a bunch of work, lots and lots of work. But the rear, all the bearings, swing arm bearings, I cleaned those out, replaced what I needed to, and repacked everything with grease, just so it's like back to good running condition. And and that's the thing. This bike has a considerable amount of miles. Almost 89,000 miles, and definitely a machine that is showing its age. The other day I was riding, I noticed this leaking, and this screw just broke. I might have to replace that master just because I ourself and tap that screw and put a new drill and tap there. But it's just little shit like that. But it runs good. Hydraulic clutch. That's the GSX-R thing. That's not really new, but it's a very interesting engine. Very, very, very torquey. Very, very torquey. Great roll-on power. Like I said, this bike is ridiculously quick for how big it is. It handles pretty good. It's just got a lot of flex. Just because you're working with so much power. Oh, my fucking God. Blue Heron. I mean, let me just give you a quick little demonstration what we're dealing with here. I mean, these things were like notorious for hull shot. Quarter mile stock, 10.8 seconds. Stock in 98. Whoa, Lou. All right, 1, 2, 3, good. Stopping, good, good. Do. Look at how much gas it's used. It's so bad. I'll probably get like 35, 40 on this tank just because I'm hammering it. This bike is a thirsty bike. She likes her fuel. That's okay. I let her drink all she wants. She's old. The fact that she still pushes fuel through her, it's a good thing. Wow, that corner's starting to come up. God, it's getting... I can't believe it. Summer's half over, man. Oh well. I can see how she does on dirt. So yeah, I don't usually take this bike on dirt, but I am pretty comfortable with it. Alright, so that was 35. 35 on the dirt. On my awesome dirt tires. It's like that GSX-R. Like they're auctioning off or whatever. It's like made for the dirt. It's like, that's so stupid. It's like, why would you want a bike that has 140 horsepower and try to go on the dirt? Doesn't make sense. But it is fun, because then you like get a little dirt and you're like, oh yeah, there she goes, slow some traction. It's cool, don't worry about it. Dirt, woo, squirrely. More squirreliness, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Sorry, not too bad. Man, the amount of heat that comes off this bike is crazy. It's like, fucking hot air. It's probably why I'm roasting. I've got this big, huge freaking heat sink that is an engine as well. All right. Now, I gotta remember not to take a left on this road because there's a cop, and I always end up flying by his house, and I'm pretty sure one day he's just gonna get pissed and he's just gonna find me. So I've been very good at not driving by his house for the last couple of months. So all right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for tuning in again, and hope you found this interesting and informative. If not, then you know what? Oh well, I'm gonna still post it. Yeah, you guys can, you know, send a comment below, like, dislike, whatever. I don't care. I do care. I like hearing from you guys. I'm trying to reach out to you as soon as I can. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all enjoy your riding time if you ride, and if you don't ride, I apologize, and you should ride. So, oof, man, this thing. So, anyways, you guys make it a great day. Enjoy the rest of your season. Keep it shiny side up. Oh, good. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks. Best.